A lot of times when you're editing footage or some project, it will be your job as an editor to censor the footage, to make sure that there's nothing inappropriate or to make sure that there's not like something advertised that should not be advertised. In this case, we have a clip from Ron giving us a tour of the olive oil area here.
From there, we'll come back here to the olive barn.
Okay, so that's basically what he says. From there, we'll go here to the olive barn. Well, we're going to pretend that the word olive, when he says olive barn, should not be said for whatever reason. You could pretend that it's a swear word or that's a product placement that we shouldn't be saying or whatever it is, but we just need to get rid of that word. So that's what we're going to do here. First step is I want to expand the vertical height of the waveform. So that way I could see all of these words. And again, as we play this, you'll be able to see that each one of these little blobs here represents a different word.
From there, we'll come back here to the olive barn.
Okay, so we need to get rid of olive barn. So what I'm going to do is put my cursor right about here. I think that's where he started talking about the olive barn there. I'm going to hit Command K, go to where I think the word ends, and hit Command or Control K again, and that will split the audio track so we can isolate that word. And that's really the first step in this process, is to isolate the offending word. The video was split as well because I had the video track targeted. That was not necessary, and that might not be a good idea, but here it doesn't matter, so I went ahead and allowed that. And again, you'll need to make sure that this track is targeted so that it will split. Next, I will grab the rubber band from the part that I want to edit out, and I will drag this all the way down to infinity to mute it. So let's go here and back up a little bit and preview this and see how it sounds.
There, we'll come back here to the barn.
Okay, so that worked out pretty good. If I cut it a little bit too close on either direction, on either side, again, I could select the rolling edit tool and move this in any direction. If I cut off too much of the audio or not enough of the audio, I don't have to undo and then recut. I could simply use the rolling edit tool to move the edit points to the right spot. So I'm going to go back and select the selection tool again. And now what we want to do is create a bleep there so that our audience knows that there was something that was cut out, that we know what we're doing, we did our job, we captured the audio appropriately, but that is a word that we did not want them to hear. So what we're going to do is go to the project panel. Since there's not really a bleep effect, I'm going to go down to the project panel and create a new, and instead of creating a new sequence or anything else here, I'm going to create a new bars and tone. And go ahead and accept the defaults here, click OK. Now I'm going to double click bars and tone in the project panel to open it in the source monitor. And basically what bars and tone are is oftentimes before your project, at the very beginning here, you'll want to put this at the beginning so that those distributing your video can calibrate their systems. Basically, if you've stayed up, watched late night TV, especially public access TV, you've seen this. And that's really loud and annoying, and I apologize, but just trying to show you what that is. Now, we don't care about the video in this case, but we do want this audio bleep. That will be our tone. So I'm going to just go out. It doesn't matter. I just want a few frames of this here, and I'm going to click an out point here. And then I'm going to actually resize, scroll down so I could see another audio track here. And then just grab the speaker icon because I only want the audio. So I'm going to drag the audio from the bars and tone to the next audio track beneath that layer here. And I'm going to go ahead and trim it so that the tone only happens with the word we want to censor out. And that is the trick. And actually, before I do that, I'm going to open up this audio track just because it's so loud and annoying. And then drag the rubber band down a lot to maybe like negative 22-ish, negative 20, somewhere around there. And then I'm going to back up. And let's see our newly censored audio.
From there, we'll come back here to the barn.
It's kind of amusing for some reason, but we basically edited out that word. We made it sound as if olive was something very offensive. Of course, it's not, but if we ever did run into something where we needed to take out a word and we wanted to let our audience know that there was something removed intentionally there, then this is the way to create censored audio.